CINAHL Plus with full text is a database that provides abstracts and full text of the literature of nursing and allied health. CINAHL stands for Cumulative Index to Nursing and Allied Health Literature. This is a good resource for many different kinds of assignments in nursing and allied health related classes. To access CINAHL, start by opening a browser. Navigate to the Columbus State Library homepage, library.cscc.edu, and click on Find Books and Articles. Then click on Databases. On this page, you can view an alphabetical list of all the databases accessible via the Columbus State Library. Click on See and scroll down until you see CINAHL. If you're off campus, you will be asked to log in at this point in the process. Next, you'll see the advanced search page, which looks like this. As you can see, you have search bars at the top that you can use to enter search terms, and below that are the search options. The search options section contains many different tools that will allow you to specify the types of results you will get from your search. Let's do an example search to demonstrate. Say I'm researching the topic of asthma treatment. I can begin by typing asthma into the first search bar, and as you can see, the database will offer suggestions based on what I've entered. I don't have to choose any of these options. I can enter anything I want, but since asthma treatment is already here in the list, I will choose that to populate the first search field. If I want to make my search term more specific, I can use the second and third search fields in order to enter more search terms. For example, if I enter the word children into the second search field, I can search for articles that contain the words asthma treatment and children. If I don't want children to be included in my results, I can select Not from the drop-down menu here. If I choose Or, my results will be articles that include either asthma treatment or children, but not necessarily both. That's not really appropriate for my current research needs, but if I wanted to search for two similar concepts, say for example ADD or ADHD, I might use that option. For this search, I'm going to stick with AND. At this point, I can go on and click search and view the unfiltered list of results, but I'm also able to use these options to narrow my results a bit. This is particularly useful if your assignment has specific requirements as to what types of sources can be used. Let's take a look at some of the search options and see what they do. It's important to note that if you are required to use evidence-based resources, it may not actually be your best bet to use this evidence-based practice limiter. This will include only results that are identified by the database as using evidence-based practice, but sometimes studies that qualify get left out of those results. Instead, try using the publication type list to select the types of studies you want to see. You can hold down the Control key while selecting to select multiple different study types to include in your results. Some good choices when you're looking for evidence-based practice would be meta-analysis and meta-synthesis, randomized control trials, and systematic review. The limiters for sex and age groups refer to the subjects of the studies, so if you specifically want to see only studies on treatments for women, children, etc., you can use these. One very important option to know about is this one, the EBSCO full text limiter. What this option does is limit your results to only articles for which you can access the full text. Sometimes things like subscription and copyright agreements allow us to see the article's title, abstract, and publication info, but not the article itself, and checking this box will make sure you don't get any of those. There are two limiters here for first author is a nurse and any author is a nurse. You can try these if you need nurse-authored publications, but they do tend to cut down search results by a large margin. Another option you might try is selecting nursing under journal subset, which will limit the results to articles from nursing journals. This tends to be a little less restrictive than the first author is a nurse or any author is a nurse limiter. The geographic subset limiter allows you to choose the place of publication for our results, so selecting United States will give us articles published in the US. So now that we have adjusted some of our search options, we can click the search button and take a look at our results. As you can see, we have a number of results here that are related to our topic and fit our requirement for evidence-based practice. If you've ever used a library database for research before, this should be looking pretty familiar to you because a lot of our databases have the same interface or a similar one. So let's say we want to take a look at this particular article. I'm going to click on the title and it will take me to this page, which we call the detailed record. This is not the actual text of the article, but it contains a few important things. One thing that's very important at this stage of your research is the abstract. The abstract is a short summary of the article, so you can read the abstract to get an idea of what the article is about and see if you want to proceed to reading the full text. Another important thing on this page is the citation. If you go to the right-hand side of the page, you will see under the heading Tools the word Cite, and clicking here will provide you with citations in different formats, and you can copy and paste those. To see the full text of the article, I will click over here on PDF Full Text. And as you can see, it brings up the full text of the article exactly as it would appear in print. You can download or print the article from this page. Those are the basics of searching CINAHL. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, you can contact the Columbus State Library via phone, email, or chat.